climbing plants. So another category that we classify the plants into is climbing plant. And this is self-clinging climbing plants. So if we go and have a closer look, you'll see that it's got these funny little suckers, right? These little pads, right? It's really amazing. So it sticks on by itself, right? So this is called self-clinging climbing plant. And this is Parthenocyssus dalzieli. Parthenocyssus. And then dalzielii. I'll send you the name, don't worry. But Parthenocyssus dalzieli, and this is deciduous. That means it drops its leaves at a particular time of year. Usually, of course, in the winter, right? So the jacaranda, the lam fa ying up there, with very few leaves on it, is deciduous or semi-deciduous. And this is a climber that is deciduous. So these are last year's leaves that fell off, right, in like November, December, something like that. And here are the new ones coming out. So the new growth is just starting, right? And then, so this, in a couple of weeks, this will all be green. And it'll send out new shoots, right? But the new shoots just coming out now, right? Just starting to come out. So this is this, and a few of last year's leaves are still hanging on, right? But most of the leaves we see now are actually this new growth coming out, springtime growth, just starting to come out. So we also classify the plants according to whether they're deciduous or evergreen. Evergreen is self-explanatory, right? It's green all the year round. And then deciduous means that usually in the winter it'll drop its leaves and then make new ones in the spring, right? Here in the subtropics, we're just right on the Tropic of Cancer, right here, almost. And this is we have a mixture here. Hong Kong actually has an incredibly wide range of plants because you can grow some temperate plants in Hong Kong and some tropical plants in Hong Kong. But there are many plants that you can grow in Beijing that you could not grow here, right? And plants that you could grow in Singapore that you cannot grow here. But there actually is kind of an overlap. Hong Kong has a tremendous diversity of plants, actually. So this is, of course, fun. Look at the height it can grow, right? So the climbing plant can actually grow as big as a tree. It just can't stand up, right? It can't make a trunk to stand up. So it needs something to cling on to, right? So, and look at it even going on the underneath of the structure there. Quite amazing. And then the leaves in like November, December go red and orange. It looks rather spectacular for a week or two, and then the leaves fall. Yeah. Parthenocyssus dalzieli.
How it started to grow?
I'm sorry?
How they started to grow?
Okay. Question is, how do they start to grow? These were planted. Right. So, of course, you can see this. There's all these structures. I mean, there's nothing here that grew naturally, right? So, these shrubs and the climber were planted deliberately. Yeah. I mean, now there's growing out of control. It's growing into all the light fittings and into the windows. So, often management don't like this self-clinging plant because it has its own ideas, right? You can't control it. There are other climbing plants which we'll see later with the twine. They twine around. They need something to twine around, right? Some cables or bamboos or something. Those you can control. They can't climb up a wall like this. But Parthenocyssus is very useful. It just looks rather scrappy, in the winter, but that's a matter of opinion anyway. Okay, let's have a little wander. Oof.